I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
Hi there, I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about my ex told me I have no chance to get them back.
Wow.
It happens. And there are many situations where your ex and you will split up, and many of you guys will do the begging and the pleading initially, desperately trying to get them back, the grand gestures, the handwritten letters, all those things. And, you know, your ex is like, we're not getting back together, it's never going to happen. And when you hear that, it's terrifying.
Never is a terrible word.
Yes. It's literally the last thing that you want to hear come from this person's mouth. The last. You would rather hear anything else. But when they say that to you, it's so scary. And so when you guys are going through that, and your ex does tell you that, you're feeling like, this is it, I have no chance, it's the end of the world, it's the end of us.
Wow. Okay.
So I got an email from somebody that was asking us to talk about this today, and they just came and said, hi Craig, I know you don't have time to answer personal questions without a coaching. I barely have time to answer personal questions with a coaching, I'm so busy. So I was hoping you could do a video on a topic I have. I feel like my situation is hopeless, which I think is fairly common in a breakup.
I think so too.
Everybody.
It feels like all or nothing. Either we're together or, never.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone feels like that. I know I felt like that. My ex and I broke up a few months ago. I hadn't found your channel before. I made a ton of mistakes, including listening to friends and family and horrible YouTube advice. I'm embarrassed to say who I trusted.
But we'd love to know.
But it did not go well. Yes, part of it included me writing a handwritten letter. That's what she said. I know that feeling. So, I am pretty sure my situation is hopeless. I gave my ex a handwritten letter and he got angry. I had mailed it to him. He texted, "Hey." My heart raced. I was so excited to see what he would do or say. When your ex texts you for the first time or any time you've gone through a breakup, your heart is just...
Sure. Oh my God.
You get like this adrenaline rush.
Yeah, you can't believe it. Oh my God.
You never expect it. It's not like you look at the phone and all of a sudden that's when it comes. It's like you're always shocked when it happens. And your adrenaline just takes over. You're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Sometimes people will tell me they start shaking, trembling.
Yes.
They just don't know what to do to handle it. I had a guy one time throw up. He got so upset he started violently throwing up. Right? I mean... Everybody's different. I mean, so...
And this is very anxiety-laden.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what did she do? Yeah.
Yes.
So what did she do? I panicked, and instead of texting him back, I called him.
Oh, okay.
So all he had said was, hey, and that was enough for her to go, whoa, and her interest level just skyrocketing. He picked up and explained that while he does care about me, he doesn't think we are ever going to get back together. Do people ever get back together when one person says that? Because at this point, I am wondering if a coaching is pointless.
Oh my. This person's in a real state of despair.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, I can understand their thoughts here and thinking that, you know, coaching with us would be pointless. The thing that's confusing, and when you're on the other side of this, is you don't understand how Margaret and I see these things play out time and time again.
Right.
So there are oftentimes situations where your ex says, never going to get back together, and you do. Because the hard thing for you guys to really realize is that even though your ex says that, those words of "we're never going to get back together," while it could stay the same, it doesn't mean they will.
Right.
And you have to think about it. Like, people tell each other things all the time, and at the time they mean it. But then later on, they don't mean it anymore.
That's right.
Maybe they were upset at the time, or maybe they felt a certain way at the time.
Yes.
And they no longer feel that way. Just because somebody says something negative doesn't mean the negative will stay the same.
And neither forever or never are very tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the same thing with positive things. People will say things to you like, "I'm going to be here for you forever." Right. And then 3 months later, they're gone.
Right. And that certainly happens, as we all know.
Yeah. So I have found time and time again that what somebody says doesn't always mean it's going to stay that way.
And we get people who say, "Well, did so-and-so mean it when he said it?" Yes, he did at the time, probably. Many of us say things in the heat of the moment. That, yeah.
Because people are very emotional during a breakup. Even the person that does the breaking up, they're emotional.
It's not easy for them either.
In many cases, they've been struggling with the decision, or they don't want to make the decision, or they feel like it's the only decision they can make to get things turned around, or whatever. It could be, I mean, there's a million different reasons why they have to do it, or they feel like they have to do it, right? So just because they said they're never going to get back with you, it doesn't mean it will stay that way, right?
Yes, but don't rush back into it.
No.
That won't help.
No. And working on yourself is the best thing that you can do in that time away from them, and when they come back, or even if you start to get them back, you gotta continue the personal growth.
Right.
I hate to see people get their ex back and then they lose them again.
Yes, and then it doesn't work out a second time, probably for the same reason. So.
Because it's not easy to break those cycles and patterns that you've been doing in your relationships.
Right. And the last thing on earth that you want to do in this situation is overwhelm somebody. That's bound to scare them.
Yeah.
Right?
And you're feeling so overwhelmed that you make them feel overwhelmed.
Right.
Right? And like I've said in other videos, people often make us feel how they feel. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, there's a good chance it's going to come across and make them feel overwhelmed too.
This guy at least had the civility to call back. I mean, he did the right thing, and good for him.
Well, he answered.
Yes, he answered.
But many of your exes wouldn't.
Won't, yeah.
And it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Just because somebody feels like one thing today doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. Now, of course, you shouldn't put your life on hold forever, and we're not telling you to do that. We're just letting you know that even if your ex does tell you, "We're never going to get back together," it doesn't mean it's going to stay that way.
Right. 6 months from now, they could have grown personally, right, and see things differently.
You never know how the future's going to go.
No.
And the best thing you can do is always continue to grow so you can be their best option.
Right.
And many of you guys always feel good after you've been working on yourself for a few months, and you tell me in our Skypes, "I feel like I really am their best option now."
Right.
And that's the best place.
That's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
It's a good place to get to.
Yeah, but it doesn't come overnight.
Why wouldn't he want me? Why wouldn't she want me? I'm very desirable these days. We'd love to get you to that point, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so even when you have heard an ex say that, it doesn't mean things are pointless. It doesn't mean doing a coaching with us is pointless, because if you do that coaching, we're going to help you get ready. And if you don't do that coaching, you might be extremely overwhelmed, scared, make a million mistakes, whether, and if you've done that coaching, we have a plan in place.
Yes.
We've talked about things.
Yes, what you can do from here. Always, yeah.
Absolutely, because every situation truly is so different. Right?
Right. It's true. No two are the same. There are things in common that we can learn from, but really no two people are the same.
No.
So.
And the dynamics in a relationship and so many different factors.
Right.
So think about that and be reassured that even if somebody does tell you that, it doesn't mean it's going to stay like that. Right?
That's right.
Okay. So, if you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, I do Skype coaching. If you got to get with me right away, I do offer emergency Skype coaching. Margaret is now available for Skype coaching.
Yes, I would love to hear from you. I am enjoying talking with people.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website, and that's how you can sign up with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.
Hi, I'm Coach Margaret, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist with 35 years experience. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me to get professional help on your situation. Go to askcraig.net to sign up for a personal coaching with me.